Netflix usually pump out about one good film a year if they're lucky, so 2 good films this month is blowing my mind.
I'm working on his obituary and was hoping that you could help with it.
Married a couple of crazy bitches, raised a few crazy bitches.
Be a friend to me.
His Three Daughters has just been released on Netflix. It stars Carrie Coon, Natasha, Lyonne, and Elizabeth Olsen as the 3 daughters of this man who is about to die. And we don't meet the dad for like 80 minutes. We don't see very much of him at all. And that, as well as the static nature of the play and how wordy it was, how well written, what an incredible script, made me assume all of that I was watching an adaptation of a play. I'm not. It was written originally for this. It'll be a play eventually, I have no doubt. It isn't quite Oscar season yet, and it's hard to nominate 3 actors from the same film, but honestly, it's kind of worth trying because these women are incredible. They hold this film, which is a fantastic film, honestly, on the backs of their heads. They all are so incredible in this. It was breathtaking, and it is a film about 3 women in an apartment waiting for their father to die. There's not very many other actors who have a lot of lines. It should be dull. It should be slow. It should be empty of life. And somehow it is the opposite of all those things. First, you've got Katie, played by Carrie Coon. She's... I think she's playing the oldest of the 3. It seems like she is, and yet she's actually younger than Natasha Lyonne. It doesn't matter. And she's this kind of... She's got kids at home. She's harsh, brash, hard. And she's always trying to get something done, she can't just sit still while this is all going on. And she's also a bit of a Karen, bit of a wine mom kind of thing. Yeah, that's the vibe she gives off. Then there's Rachel, played by Natasha Lyonne, and she's a bit of a tosser, but in a fun way. She likes weed and she likes betting on sports, and she's the kind of person that you judge too quickly, and her sisters do. And that's one of the interesting kind of subplots during the film. She is this great fun character. She is Natasha Lyonne. She's just playing herself, I'm pretty sure, but it works really well, because they're trying to picture all these daughters as very separate from each other, and she is just kind of alternative in general, I guess. Then there's Christina, played by Elizabeth Olsen, who is the youngest of the 3 and a new mother, and she's got this kind of tired, harried, yoga mom vibe about her, but also this like innocence and sweetness to her. She's great, frankly. She's a lovely character, but she's also underestimated by her sisters, who kind of view her life as perfect, and she thinks she's perfect, when really she's got problems. She just buries them down deep and doesn't want to talk about them because she's always trying to look after everybody else. And I think the point of the film and why it works so amazingly well is that the 3 of these, they're all very different actors, all very different characters. Together, though, they form this picture that's perfect because it's imperfect. A family that's normal because it's abnormal, that sort of thing. I've been in a situation quite eerily similar to theirs in some ways fairly recently, and it is... I think it's a perfect encapsulation of what it's like to watch a death nowadays. And they talk in the film about how, it's not like in the movies. You feel just this sense of absence is what characterizes death the most. And I think that's very true, and it's harsh. It's a hard film to watch. I have watched a few hard films to watch recently. Don't know why everyone decides to get really depressing with their movies in September, but man, the whole death is summed up by absence thing, yeah. I get that. That hit hard, and I think that is also the meaning behind the term hole in your heart. I think that's why the film doesn't show the dad until so near the end, because it is about how he's not there, or he's hardly there anymore as he passes away. And most of the film, it's just them having conversations, not arguing quite a bit, but it's about how even when someone isn't there or isn't there anymore, or is about to not be there anymore, they can still kind of bring others together through them. It is a very healing bonding process. There's not a lot of things like going through that together, all trying to be there for someone at the end. The big ending sequence is kind of all about that. It's how the representation of this person can create a link between you, even if you're very different kinds of people. And you also get to see 3 different ways of dealing with death in this, and I think that's great because almost no matter who you are, you're going to see yourself a bit in one of these 3 characters. I think maybe not the one you expect, but I think you will. I don't think there's a lot of films like this. It is very difficult to watch, but so is Someone Dying. It's a great movie. I think honestly, despite the subject material, it might be one of the first Netflix movies to become like a bit of a comfort watch for me. it's a very different sort of film, and it is bold to go where it did. So I'm giving Sister Act 4.5 stars. But really, at the end of the day, through all the hard times and the low, you know what really probably killed their dad? It was Agatha all along. Haven't watched it yet. No. I hear it's good. Also, can somebody give me like an actually happy movie? Just, man, bumming me out here.